Day 31 of walking around the whole of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. Today I'm walking around two islands, Tresco and Briar, the second largest and the smallest isles of Scilly. So I packed down my tent from the campsite and headed towards the quay to find the boat that would take me to Tresco. The boat was almost full and I was the last one allowed on, and after a short ride I made it to the most expensive island of Scilly, Tresco. I started heading along the coast, and walking past Apple Tree Bay I got a good view of Great Pool, the largest area of freshwater in the islands, before continuing back on through New Grimsby. I then soon reached the quay, where I'll be getting the boat to Briar in a few hours, and headed towards one of the most popular sites on the islands. This is Cornwall's castle, an artillery fort built during the English Civil War, and I had a good look around before heading up the hill towards the next castle. Only a short walk away was King Charles Castle, built 100 years before Cornwall's castle, and although it wasn't quite as cool as the other one, it was still a nice stop as I continued back along the rocky coast. The next hour or so was then spent traversing the Tresco coastal moors, with views across the Northern Islands, until I made my way along the next beach of Gimble Porth and into the town of Old Grimsby. Heading through the town, I made it to the next old site of the Old Blockhouse, another 16th century fortification to protect the islands from European invasion, before continuing along the upcoming trifecta of beaches. Time was now getting on, and I only had an hour to make it back to the quay to catch the next boat, so I started powering on through the rest of the island. Next, I heard and spotted some of Tresco's famous golden pheasants, which was a nice sight that pushed me on towards the last corner left to explore. Through a logging yard, I made it past Pentil Bay, and soon I had walked around the whole island and started heading through the middle to get back to the quay. I then hopped on the boat to Briar, the shortest ride across the islands, and enjoyed the views over as I landed on the smallest inhabited island of Scilly, and started heading towards the campsite. After a short walk, arriving at the campsite, I then started putting up my tent, where I rested for an hour or so before continuing on to walk around the second island of the day. Follow to see me walk around Briar, and finish this day off with only one island left to go tomorrow.